Let's go.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Thanks
good.
for having me, man. You crazy, dude. You got me ready to play again.
Hey, that's all I'm trying to do. Get them juices
We
ready.
know you can go out there and break somebody off, man. You already know. Just throw it up, baby. Just throw it up.
Thanks for having me on, guys, man. I know y'all got the #1 podcast out there, and I really don't do many podcasts, right? But but y'all two, the brothers, the realness of what y'all done put on the field and off the field, yeah, I gotta come and show y'all some love, man. So thanks for having me on.
That's why you're the realest, big guy. We can't thank you enough. You already know you're an absolute legend in the NFL, and even more so just being you. Everybody has seen the personality kind of come out since the NFL. And it's so cool to have you on this show with us, man, because you guys, the legends that we grew up watching and everything, getting you guys on this show is like taking me back to my childhood, and like I'm living out a dream I didn't even know was possible, man. So I appreciate you joining us today, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's the personality off the field, like the entire essence of Randy Moss. I mean, you are the greatest highlight player in the history of the NFL. Like, is there anybody else that has better highlights than Randy Moss? There's an entire catch. Anytime somebody goes up and gets it.
You got Moss.
If you're talking about my position, no. But if you're talking about players that ever played the game, I mean, I think Barry Sanders was a human highlight reel. But you're talking about my position. No. But at the same time, guys, just being able to stay grounded, keep myself grounded. And it's really about the work you put in, and, a lot of people, don't really understand my background in the sport of basketball. And,
okay.
And the thing that I've always tried to tell people, Jason, was that, and Trav, I've seen it in your game, in the field of play, where you have 50, 60, 70 yards to go before you score. That's when I use my quickness, my elusiveness and my speed. But once you get down to the red zone, it's all about boxing out, body placement, going up and get the rebound. So that's where I put the game of basketball into my game. And that's why I say if you put in the hard work, then hard work pays off. So like I say, the plays that I make, I put the work in to be able to make those plays.
We can't talk hoops without talking about your West Virginia days in high school, rocking with Jason Williams, man.
Yeah.
Legendary duo. Growing up, did you guys both know that you guys had like something special that both of you were going to go pro in your respective sports?
Me and Jason, like a quick short story. Jason, while we were in elementary school, we played, I think, 2 years of Pop Warner against one another. And Jason was a phenomenal football player, phenomenal athlete. And every sport that I played, Jason played, or every sport he played, I played. The only sport Jason really didn't play or do was track. As far as baseball, I remember going to Florida State my freshman year, coming out of West Virginia where the talk is, we don't breed athletes. And if you do, they don't compete, So I think that I had a lot of questions about my game at Florida State. But then I left Florida State, went to Marshall, and I had a lot of confidence. And the reason why I had a lot of confidence, because a lot of the guys professionally came back to Florida State and trained. Trav, you'll love this one. So during the off season, everybody, they're beating on my door. Country boy, come on outside.
Everybody wanted to smoke.
So I'm sitting up here like, what's going on? Hey, man, the pros are out here training. Come and get some. So, I mean, it was guys like Devin Bush, Senior. He was still in the National Football League. He went to Florida State. Just a lot of the past guys that made it, because Florida State was putting athletes in the league like right and left. So I get out there and those guys are talking, oh, you're the country boy I hear about. Well, anyways, I go out there and embarrass those guys. I handle my business. And then right after that, the spring comes. I have a great spring, and then I go back to West Virginia, serve some jail time, and end up getting, thrown out of Florida State. But anyways, getting back to the story of the confidence factor of being able to have the confidence coming from Florida State, and then from the AAU basketball court to Florida State, seeing guys drafted that I played with at Florida State, seeing guys drafted that I played AAU ball against. You're talking about confidence and not looking back. And then also the trials and tribulations of this, coming from the state of West Virginia. Dude, it was destined for me to really get out there and just grit my teeth and just go get it.
That's
Heck
awesome,
yeah, man. Heck yeah.
That's such a good story. From one flip side to a Nike invite to realizing that, this might not be the thing. And then on the other flip side, going down to Florida State and realizing like, oh yeah, I got something over here.
Right.
That's a dope dynamic.
I feel the same way because a lot of times people ask, like, when did you know you could go to the NFL? It's like, I kind of started knowing once I saw guys go and I was playing against them. It was the same way in college. Like, I'm like, man, am I good enough to play in college? And then I'm playing against Thaddeus Gibson over at Euclid. And I'm like, I can compete with Thaddeus. And he was committed to Ohio State. So I feel like I'm right there. And then all of a sudden you're in college and you see guys that you're teammates with go and you're like, okay, I might get a shot at this thing. And what was it like? You just mentioned going from Florida State, going back to West Virginia, Marshall. What was that like?
It was hard for me, guys. And the reason why is because what I struggled with, as far as my upbringing, then got into that high school, fight, getting sentenced to some jail time. And